Hello and welcome to the Nexus for a follow-up or an update on what we've been doing with the Disney Dollhouse. Right in front of us is everything that you get from issue 1 to 20. So we've been doing this for 21 weeks now, if you can get in from the newsagents. So we're going to answer some questions and let you know the questions as well, some answers and stuff like that on what's what and what's happening. So yeah, basically this is everything that you get up to issue 20 right in front of you. I can move that, obviously we get the door, but everything here, Mickey, we've got the blocks there, piano,
Winnie the Pooh.
We've got Winnie the Pooh there as well. We've got the characters. We've got loads of little bits. We've got obviously a little the notes there, and yeah. And as you can see, we've got near enough the first floor completely done. I think in the next couple of issues we're going to finish off the dining / kitchen, Alice in Wonderland. And then we start on the basement. We'll be doing this sort of update every 20 issues, yeah?
Yeah.
So every 20 issues we're going to do this. And then we'll answer some questions as well. We're on Facebook. If you want to check out our Facebook group, there is a link at the bottom of this video. And that'll take you straight to it. And you can ask questions in there. And we're going to answer some questions today. So, yeah. So where do you want to start?
With the main questions, really.
What's that then?
Well, with people saying about how come subscribers are behind news agents.
Okay, yeah, it's a big one. Okay, so I've just to give you a little bit of clarity, I've been collecting part works since 2008, so a long time.
Yeah.
And I've gotten to know a lot of people in the industry and some people behind the scenes and stuff like that. So I'm quite involved with part works. There's two different types of part works as well, I want to just say. So you have the build part works, which is this, but actually part works is quite wide bearing. So it's anything that you collect on a weekly or monthly basis that builds a collection. So that could be, I don't know, DVDs or books or anything like anything
knitting,
knitting or crochet, anything like that is classed as a part work. But this one is a build part work because we're getting parts each week or monthly to build. So I've been doing both sort of part works since 2008. So I know my biz. So one of the things is, why is subscribers behind news agents? So the simple question is, news agents get weekly, subscribers get monthly. There is a bit of discrepancy. I've seen a few people actually in the group say you get 4 issues every 4 weeks. No, you don't. If you subscribe, you get 4 issues every month. So in November, I think there's 5 weeks in November, subscribers will get 4 issues. People from the news agents will get 5. It's just the way it does. If you got 4 issues a month, it means your dispatch date and the date your direct debit is on would change, which it doesn't. So your direct debit, the takeout, which they take the money out each month, that never changes. It normally falls around the same time. I think it's the 23rd every month. If you got 4 issues every 4 weeks, that date would change, and so would the dispatch date. That doesn't change. Also as well, when you get as a subscriber, you're relying on outside sources as well. So people like Royal Mail who deliver it, they're affected by things like bank holidays. So the May bank holiday is a major one that affects subscribers, where they get their parcels late, and Christmas is definitely a major one as well. If you get from the news agents, you don't tend to have any sort of problems whatsoever. And also, by the time this is finished at issue 120, people who buy from the news agents will be at least, I think it's at least 4 issues ahead. It's the same with every build that we've ever done. If you're a subscriber, you're always behind. But when you're a subscriber, the perks are, you get regular payments out. It comes to you straight to your door, so you don't have to go to the news agents. And you also get the perks of the free gifts and all the free stuff as well. So
any broken bits get replaced.
Yeah, any broken issues as well, you get replaced. It's worth noting as well that there's 3 ways of collecting this collection. So you have to subscribe, you have the newsagents, and you can also pick up individual issues from their web shop as well. They're updated every week with the new issue coming out, so you can actually collect from their web shop if you want. So there's actually 3 ways of collecting it as well. Anything else?
Just trying to think back over what people might have asked.
What about the extension? I think a lot of people have mentioned the extension. Now, we won't be building it. There's no need. I've been doing part works, like I said, since 2008. I've never known a part work to be extended 80 issues. It's completely unheard of.
It's nearly a whole build again.
Yeah. And what you're doing is you're turning the existing house. I want to just debunk a lot of stuff. So the house will definitely, whatever happens, will finish at 120. The extra issues after that will turn it into a summer and Christmas house. You'll have the option. The Christmas bits, I believe, are lots of decorations inside. I think you get trees that light up. You also get outside decoration as well, so it makes it look like there's snow, but also you get outside decorations.
Outside lights.
Yeah, outside lights that light up the house and stuff like that. You also get an organ, which I believe plays music, and you have to build all of that as well, and you get extra characters. The summer bit is it's a camper van sort of cafe. Once again, you have to build that every issue, so you'll get a couple of issues every week, a couple of parts that you'll build and keep and stuff like that. You also get extra characters as well. So yeah, we won't be building that. That goes up to issue 200. So if you do the extension, that's an issue 200. To sort of put it to you, so this build will be finished in 2024. If you do the extension, it'll be 2026 before it's finished. So yeah, if you had a kid now, how old would it be in 2026?
Well, if it was just born now, it'd be 4.
It'd be 4 years old when you get up to issue 200. So just, it's 4 years away. It's a long time. It's a really long time to be building this sort of thing.
But we're gonna Christmas it up ourselves.
Yeah, we're gonna do Christmas parts ourselves. So we're gonna.
So they'll come on the YouTube channel.
Yeah, they'll come on the channel as normal at the end. We're going to Christmas it up. There's lots of places you can buy lots of Dollhouse accessories that will fit this size as well. So there's no real need to go out and do the extension. Only if you want the extra characters. I just want to get onto that as well. Subscribers. Now, subscribers get extra accessories and extra characters as well. You also get ones when you sign up as well, free ones. Every part work I've ever done, especially from Hachette, they offer them at the end of the build on their web shop. Always, every single one of their builds. The Root Master that we build done the same, and they've done the same with their Warhammer as well. So all the free gifts that you get and all the premium gifts you get, they then offer them for sale on their web shop at the end. So even if you don't subscribe and you don't get the free gifts, there's still options to buy them at the end, and they always offer them at the end a price. They do sell out very quickly, so it is worth
if you want them.
If you want them, I will post the updates when that is available. Like I said, it's normally very close to the end or right at the end they offer them as well. So yeah, it's worth just keeping an eye on the channel, making sure when they come as soon as they come available, I'll let everybody know. But yeah, so if you haven't subscribed and you collect from the newsagents and you want the extra figures, don't worry. There's going to be an option at the end to buy them all anyway. And that includes the free gifts as well. So I think the free gifts was Minnie Mouse and Daisy Duck were the free ones. Once again, they won't be free, but you'll be able to buy them at cost on their web shop, along with all the other free gifts that they offer and premium gifts as well.
The premium characters.
The premium characters. I don't know what prices they will be. They tend to vary. They're not very expensive. Obviously, you're paying £1 extra for the premium subscription, so you're paying for them anyway, and I think it works out at, it's roughly around £10 each a character it works out at, because you're only getting one character every couple of weeks or couple of issues. And I think it works out like £10 a character. They may offer the characters as one, but I think they're going to offer them individually. That's what they tend to do with the premium gifts. It's just something that they always do. So it's worth noting that you can pick this up in the newsagents and still collect the subscriber gifts and stuff like that. Magazines. Is that another one we want to touch up on?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay, so magazines. What I do with the magazines is I bin them.
While you're building it.
Yeah, I always keep the magazines when we're building. After the build, I bin them. Yeah. Why? Because one, I used to keep them when I did things like the DeLorean and R2-D2. They take up a lot of room, and the information in it isn't new. Everything in it is recycled, so there's nothing. If you're a massive Disney fan, there is nothing in the magazine that you ain't going to know. You just ain't going to know. Yeah, it's all there already. It's all readily available. The only thing I would say would be the posters on the back, which at the end you're going to cut out and laminate.
Yes.
And that's a really good idea, and we're going to show that on the channel, because you can create a mosaic or a featured wall somewhere, and also by laminating them, it means they last for a long time. They don't get dirty, and also kids can draw over them, and then they can wipe off. And they're really good actually if you've got like a nursery or a youth centre or somewhere like that wants something like that. I did it with my Marvel one, so I got the Marvel fact file and I laminated them. I stuck some on the wall, and then I gave the other ones to the kids, and they just drew over them with felt tip pen, and then it just wipes clean off, and you can go again. And they can colour them in and draw on them, and yeah, that was fun. But we'll do that nearer the time. But I do just chuck them straight in the recycling. There's no need. It's one of the reasons why I don't get the binders. You got to think that you're going to have at least 8. No, probably less than that. About six binders, and they take up a lot of room. And you got to ask yourself, how often are you going to refer to them? Because basically, I would say about 65% of the magazine, probably even more, about 75% of the magazine is the build, and you're already building it. Also, some people say, well, you should keep them just in case you sell it. 9 times out of 10, if you're going to buy this second hand or you're going to sell it, they won't want the magazines. They only want this. They don't want the magazines because they're just excess stuff that they're just going to dump in the corner. So yes, I do throw the magazines away for every build, but only after it's finished. That way I know what number I'm at and I can refer back to something that I built. After that, there's no point in having it. It's also worth noting that the build instructions, obviously we're doing a YouTube video, so if there's ever a problem, I can revert back to my YouTube channel and find out. There's also online, there's lots of sources online that scan the magazines and stuff like that. So there's loads of ways of finding out if you get stuck. Some people might say, oh, I need to refer back if something breaks. Well, there's loads of YouTube channels, ours included. There's loads of stuff online. All you got to do is go on the Facebook page and ask, and nine times out of 10 they know straight away.
Yeah.
What issues, what, and where it comes from and stuff like that.
Because even after the build, the Facebook page will still be up and running.
Yeah. The Facebook page will stay up forever because obviously when this is finished, you might still get people building it. It might be built in another country as well.
Yeah.
Another company might take it on. So it's there for reference purposes. So none of the partwork groups that I've made have ever been archived. Never. Just in case. You never know. Someone might pick this up. Someone might collect every issue and then start building it, or then it might be put to a side and someone forget about it and then try to sell it, and someone else then might find a way of trying to build it then. It happens. But yeah, none of our partwork groups get archived, so you're all safe there. So if you're watching this video and it's 2 years ago, don't worry, the Facebook page is still there, and you can still find out all the information. So don't worry about that. But yeah, it's coming along really nicely.
Yeah, I'm liking it.
Yeah, I mean we're only 20 weeks in. It's a long time. Seems like a long time, but it isn't. We're already at this stage already. I'm quite impressed actually because I'm on stage 30 of my Dodge Charger, and it is nowhere. In fact, I'll show you. Let me just grab it. Let me just grab this. So that is where I am with my Dodge Charger, and that is where we are. This is, by the way, this is issue 38 I'm on, and this is as far as we've got. This is it.
Yeah.
So no seats, no back wheels, nothing underneath it.
This is coming along really quick.
And this is issue
20.
20, and this is where we are. We've got 100 issues left. 100 weeks really left. There's only 100 weeks left.
I know.
Only, I say.
No, still.
It's still a year.
2 years.
Yeah, it's still a year and 2 years really. A year and a bit. I mean, we are in.
It's literally just under 2 years.
Yeah, left. So we are there nearly. but the amount of stuff we've gotten already, and obviously we look ahead. We do that on our Facebook page, and the parts that we get. The good thing about this is you get quite big parts, which is really nice.
Yeah.
So there are some little parts you get, like the beading up here and some of these parts. But actually you get quite a lot of big parts for this, like the wall rooms and the flooring and stuff like that. It's quite big parts. I think there's a lot of parts, a lot of little parts to come for the basement.
Yeah.
Because the basement comes to this bit here. So that bit there is Winnie the Pooh's basement.
And then you've got
then this part here is all got supports under it. There's loads of little supports underneath this. It's completely empty space under here. So yeah, Winnie the Pooh's basement only comes to here. It's only this part, and it's literally that square part. Oh. I'm just throwing everything around now.
Yeah, don't lose the ball.
But yeah, I mean, yeah, be careful with some bits as well. I can easily see things like the quill and the note and the music thing go missing. I would also say as well, this ain't for little kids. I know the intention is there.
If you are doing it for little kids, just make sure you know what your little kid is capable of and any little bits that they might be able to put in their mouth.
Yeah, because I mean the quill was small, but looking ahead, there's actually even smaller parts coming. There's lots of small parts in this. So yeah, and also as well, how old they're going to be when it's built.
Yeah.
So they might be into it now, but when it's finished, they might not be as well. It's quite. I mean, we're here on the first floor. We're going to have there's another 2 floors here.
Yeah.
4 if you complete the basement. So this thing is going to be huge.
We won't be able to sit like this.
No, there's no way we'll. I don't know how. In fact, we're going to film it because once this floor's done, it's got to then be stored to do other floors, and then they've got to go on. It's going to be difficult to film, I think, but we will find a way.
Yeah.
We always find a way.
We'll do it.
Yeah, we'll find a way of doing it because it's going to be difficult, I think, to film as it gets bigger.
Might have to stand as it gets bigger.
Yeah. Also, as well, lots of people asking, what do we keep our parts in? So all the little bits, the piano, all these little bits, we actually keep
some of the little bits
in the plastic. It's always worth remembering that the plastic some bits come in, keep them because you're not going to really need them. And we picked up a little tub like this. I think it's a 5 litre tub.
with a lid.
Is it a 5 litre tub? With a lid. I think it was from B&M.
Yeah, it was.
It was $2.99. It's a 5 litre tub. Everything will go into here. So all these little bits will go into here. Any really big bits
won't.
But I mean, at the moment we can still get the piano in and stuff like that. I think the bed comes very, very last, and I think it's one of the biggest pieces that they do with it. I think it's the biggest piece that they actually do. It's the bed, and I think that completes near the end. But I mean, the piano, all these little bits can go in there. Always keep the little pieces, if you can, in the plastics. It's just easy. It just protects them. It keeps them out of the way. You're not going to lose them neither. But yeah, I mean, yeah, it's good. Yeah, don't worry as well. I've seen a lot of people worrying about do we get more chairs? Do we get it? You get everything. Everything that was pictured,
You get.
you get. Everything that you see on a picture, on the very first magazine that showed you inside the house and what you get everything on that photo. So we've got, I think we've got another
seat,
another sofa,
chair and a two.
Yeah, we've got another single sofa for Mickey and like a sofa chair. We've also got the wall unit thing as well to go in there. There's a lot of decoration to go in here as well. Stuff on the wall. You get all of that. You get everything. So don't worry. I know I've seen a few people saying, "Do I need to buy extra issues because of the check?" No. You can.
You can.
If you want extra seats, you can buy extra issues. No one's going to stop you. But you don't need to. Everything that you'll need. I think it's going to be pretty. I mean, it looks pretty crammed, I would say. Yeah, cluttered, I was going to use. Anyway, also as well, I want to touch up on the origin of this. So this is based in Japan. That's why it's come out there first. So if you've ever been to, I think it's Disneyland Tokyo. So they've got a big hotel in Disneyland Tokyo. In the lobby is this house. It's all set up in a case. It lights up at night time and it turns off. This is what we're building. It's completely based on it. Everything down to the wood, down to the characters, everything is based on it. And obviously at Christmas, they change it to be Christmassy. That's why they've extended it. But if you ever go to Tokyo Disney,
have a look.
You can have a look. The house is there. It's in the lobbies. It's been there since 2014. So if you ever go there and you're lucky enough to have a look, the whole house is there. And it's built the exact same way. Everything's done the exact same way as that one was built. So it's going to have all electrics and stuff like that. We're going to have a look. Now, obviously, I'm quite into my part work, so there's a lot of mods. If you don't know what that's like modifications to it. Electric wise, I'm going to see what the power source is. So you can run, because the power source will be run by batteries, always is. It'll be a battery pack.
Let's see if it can be. And
they are really, really easy to swap out for a mains powered one, which I'm going to look at doing. Especially for the main lights on it. There's going to be individual lights as well. So there's going to be lights that, little lamps and stuff like that take the cell batteries. Once again, I don't know if we'll be able to wire them up. I mean, there will be, no doubt there will be a way to wire them. But the main lights in the rooms, the main lights, the big light as we call it, the big light. The ceiling light, the big light. They will be wired up to a single CPU, a single circuit board. And then that will just have a battery pack in it. Like I said, most battery packs for part works are normally swapped out for mains power. And that will be really simple to do. And so there's going to be, no doubt there'll be a mod. And some company will bring one out. So that's either part work upgrades or model mods. All that information will come. But we can't do that yet until we see
how it's done.
How it all is. So that will come probably near the end because it'll just be easier to see and do by then. And because we don't touch when they do the mods, they don't touch. It's not, we don't rewire anything. We use the existing wires as it is.
Yeah.
So all the plugs will go in the same thing. So the power mod will be a separate one which will have a plug on it, and then that will just plug into the main board. Where you would plug the battery pack, that would just plug in.
Yeah.
And it means you can mains power it. And also by mains powering it, the lights tend to be better because there's a constant source of energy. What I tend to find with a lot of battery pack is a lot of stuff doesn't work.
Yeah.
It doesn't matter how much like better batteries you put in or anything. It just doesn't compute normally.
Yeah.
Mains power works perfectly. So yeah, there will be a mod out for it, no doubt. And like I said, we'll let everyone know at the time. But I'm really happy with it, and we'll do another update at issue 40.
Yes.
So that will be, it'll be near Christmas.
20 weeks.
Yeah, be near Christmas. Just before Christmas, wouldn't it? Yeah.
Possibly.
Wouldn't it? But around that sort of time. So that'll be our next one. So I'm hoping by then we'll have the basement done. Issue 20,
Yeah.
I looked today, it's issue 25 we start the basement.
Right.
And at that point, that room is complete. And then we start actually putting doors and windows in here. Why building the basement?
Yeah. Well,
So
you're
the
not
basement,
gonna want to wait until
the
you
basement
start
part
the
is, I
next
think,
floor.
it's very simply slotted in, a bit like these panels were. And then the bits that we're going to be building, I think, are the doors, which are really, I've looked already, they're really, really fiddly. And we're going to be, over the next couple of weeks, I think we get the panels for this room, and then we've got panels for this room, I believe. No, I don't think we do have panels for that, do we? Because we've got
because the wallpaper goes all the way down.
Yeah. Next two issues. Issue 21 is the rest of the walls there. Issue 22 is that wall. And then I think it's issue 23 or 24 we get the floor. At that point, though, we're putting the white cove in along this room as well. And then the doors get put on, like I said, later on. I think it's 24 and 25, the doors. We get the parts to do the door. And then we're also starting the basement for Mickey. It's also worth noting, Winnie the Pooh, sorry, not Mickey. Winnie the Pooh basement. It's also worth noting that we have to build the staircases on all of it. Someone else mentioned as well on the group about the base.
Yes.
You get the base. Yeah? It's all about the base. We get that. So you get the base is, it's a really strange one. So it looks like it's sitting on a base. It's not. The base actually gets built around. So we have the basement, which is going to be Winnie the Pooh's house, and the actual bit that goes around it that looks like the base isn't. It actually it's built around the basement. It's plastic and it sort of goes in around it. So it looks like it's on the base, but that is part of the build. So don't have to worry. I mean, I saw a lot of people worrying at the start. Do we get the base? Does this part of the build? Yes, it is. Yeah. And I do believe it has a little plaque on the front of it that says Disney Dollhouse, I do believe. That all comes with it. Like I said, anything in that photo comes with it. But the base is it's misleading because it's not actually a base. So the whole house doesn't sit on it. It sort of surrounds it, if you know what I mean. It's a very strange thing. It looks good. It just, so the basement goes in and then it surrounds the basement. And obviously the basement slides in and out on that side. It will slide in and out. It looks like a drawer that slides in and out. So, yeah. But that's okay. I mean, we've got our cubes here and bits like that. But yeah, just keep all the little parts safe. That's one of the best things that are best advices. And if you haven't started building it, you're thinking, are you going to start building it now? You need to really take into account the size.
Yeah.
One thing that always astonishes people, especially when they're doing the part works, is how big it is. It does tell you how big this is in the very first magazine, so it's always worth to get a measuring tape and just measure and then go, right, okay,
I can cater for that.
I can cater for that, or I'm going to have to buy something for it to sit on. And because we're building it like this, you're going to have somewhere to store it as well. So you're going to have to possibly buy the bit that it's going to be sat on now. So you can continue to build this up and up. I mean, it looks long, and I mean, this is how long the house is going to be, but it's actually going to be slightly bigger because it's got the base, the outskirt, the base on the outside of it. So it's actually bigger than this.
Yeah.
But that doesn't come until
later.
Very, very later. I think all the floors are built before we start. Before we start building actually around it. Also, as well, I see a lot of people saying, will the walls on the outside and the back be covered? Yes, they will. There's two different versions actually. One, we won't be displaying it from the back, so we really don't need to worry. But the back actually is basically a giant sticker. So just like the wallpaper is, the back is just one. It's just a couple of big, giant stickers. The sides are plastic. The front and sides are like the boarding, but it's all plastic. So it's not it has that look. It has the proper look around the sides, but at the back, it's just going to be like a giant wallpaper sort of thing. It's just going to be, yeah, it's just going to be like a giant sticker that goes on the back.
I watched it on.
Yeah, there's a lot of YouTubers in Japan that's already doing it. You can go and look up their videos as well. Just type in Disney Dollhouse and it will come up. All of Japanese. So you can actually watch them do it. That's how I found out a lot of stuff. Because I was curious myself. So the sides, the front and that side will have plastic coving. It's the back that will just be like the wallpaper. It's just a giant sticker sort of thing.
Yeah, but made to look.
But made to look exactly like the front. But I saw a lot of people weren't happy with that. Well, you know, I'm not displaying it from the back, so I don't have a problem with that. I don't think I'll ever see the back of it, ever. Only when moving it. So even when you're playing with this,
when she's playing with it, it'll be at that level anyway.
yeah, you're going to be playing it at this level. I don't think you're going to be coming through the back, and because you haven't got a window on there on that back wall, only on this one, just here. And I don't think there's many windows along the back at the tops anyway.
No.
So there's a lot more work as well. Obviously, some of these bits I've seen people sort of have struggling maybe with the wallpaper. That is the least fiddly part about this. Is we've seen stuff where you have to measure and mark stuff out, especially for the roof, with the tiles on the roof.
Oh, yes.
And you have to make little flags and little inside decorations. They look incredibly fiddly. So yeah, it's going to be sort of more works-based sort of stuff. So I'm going to be learning stuff on it because I've never done a part work like this. All my part works tend to be screwdrivers and metal.
Yeah.
So I've never worked with any sort of material like this in part works anyway. So it's all a bit of a learning curve, and like it seems okay at the minute. It's also worth noting. Things you don't have to be completely perfect on the wallpaper. You can tuck them round like I have on mine, just as long as you get the main shape. You've got to think you're going to have a window or a door, so it's going to cover.
Frame.
It's going to cover a lot of the edges anyway.
Well, the frame as well, won't
Yeah, the frames and the doors as well. They'll cover anything that you make problems with. Any gaps, I wouldn't worry about either. When it all comes together, it tends to work its way out. If there is gaps, I wouldn't worry about it. You won't see it. Your eye isn't drawn to that part, and because you've got a lot of stuff in there, there's ways of hiding gaps and stuff anyway. Yeah. So
you just place your furniture to cover any.
Yeah, you can place your furniture however you like. I know the rooms are sort of specific to the characters, but actually you can probably go to any dollhouse hobby shop and buy stuff that will fit this scale.
Yeah.
We're looking at different characters, weren't we?
Yes.
At getting maybe
some more posable ones.
Some more posable ones and stuff like that, because they do.
To make it easy.
They do dollhouse figures for this scale, and they're more posable. And I've got a funny feeling you can probably get Disney characters, especially well, we already know Disney princesses. You can definitely get at this scale. And you can actually use them a bit like action figures, exactly like action figures.
Yeah.
And they work perfect for this scale. So.
Because otherwise Mickey's not going to be able to sit on his chair.
Yep, and stuff like that. We were also looking at pops as well, weren't we?
Yeah.
So they do mini pops. We've got one. Let me just grab that one. It's Dolores from Harry Potter. So this is the Pop Mini that I was talking about. This is Dolores from Harry Potter, and it's a perfect size. I mean, we put it next to Mickey, and you can see.
And the little pops are quite handy as well because they're quite chunky.
And they're quite chunky, and they look
kids are less likely to break them.
They look a little bit better, I've got to say. I do like them figures, but I think they're a little bit more. And obviously these minis, they do loads of Disney ones.
Yeah. Loads
of them, and they're normally in like blind boxes in places like Tesco's and Asda and places like that. I think they're around £7. But if you can get some of the Disney ones, your quid's in, because I think they look and they stand a lot better, and they're a bit more chunky, like Kirsty was saying. With Mickey's tail, I would be. I know some people have already broken them off.
Yeah.
And obviously Pooh's not able to stand. These all have flat bottoms, so they stand really well. And like I said, they're really chunky, and you can see their little faces. So we'll put Dolores in there anyway.
Because if you have got a smaller child,
we're thinking of actually we could be put in the cat room. Alice the cat room, because she was a cat person, weren't she?
Yes, she could look after
so
them.
she will sit up there, couldn't she?
Yeah.
But like I said, it's just an idea, and we're going to get some more of these Disney ones and then check them out. But it's just an alternative.
The kids will play with them anyway.
It's just an alternative. Like I said, they're a bit more chunky, and they're the right scale. They don't bend.
No,
but they're a little bit easier to play with, I think, play element wise.
Yeah.
And they don't look out of place in here.
Especially if you get the right characters.
Yeah, they don't look out of place at all. And like I said, they're the same height as the characters we're getting already. So they're perfect. But if you ever come across these, so these are our mystery minis, they're called. They're Funko Pops. And they're called mystery minis. They do loads of Disney ones. But when we was in, I wanted to see what the scale was like, so I bought a Harry Potter one. And she actually works really well. So you can buy more characters, actually. You probably could put a load of Marvel characters in here as well. And that's all Disney.
Exactly.
It's all Disney.
Exactly.
So yeah, I mean, that's the update. I mean, anything you want to add?
No.
No, I think we covered everything. We have been talking for just over half hour.
That's all right.
But yeah, I mean, look, we could, like I said, if anything breaks, remember this is your house, so it doesn't have to be perfect. As long as you're happy with it, that's all that matters. And at the end of it, you can say, I built that. That's the pride that you get. You know, you'll have people come around your house and go, oh, wow, look at that. And you'll go, yeah, I built that. No one else built it. I did. It's worth noting as well that these part work upgrades, model mods, they do the mods for the electrics. They also do little plaques. So you can get they do little plaques that says your name and I built this, and then the date on when you started it and the finish date. So it's always worth having a little look at their site, and we've got a promo code for that as well. But we'll discuss that nearer the time when I speak to Ian. Find out what sort of stuff he can do for it, because I think that's quite a good idea. He does it for other part works, so I think this one should be no different. So yeah, it's all good. It's all good. Let us know what you think in the comments below. Comment, because we love commenting back.
Ask any questions. Yeah,
any questions and that. And what we will do on our Facebook page is put a question up.
Yeah.
Maybe a week before, and then we'll take all those questions and answer them.
Yeah.
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 Because, like I said, I talk to Hachette, so I know contacts and stuff like that. So I can get sort of information wise. But like I say, if you have any problems, they're one of the best part work companies out there for sorting stuff. A lot of the other ones hit and miss sort of thing, but they're all really good. I've never had a problem with getting them. But yeah, so just to summarise, we won't be doing the extension. The extension is definitely coming. They won't officially announce it until nearer the time. So if you ring up Hachette and you say, is the extension going ahead, they will say no, because they don't know.
At the moment, it isn't started.
Yeah, at the moment, it's only just started, so they will announce it nearer the time. Yes, we will definitely be getting it. I've never known them to do an extension anywhere ever and then not offer it somewhere else. It just doesn't make financial sense. Also, as well, subscribers, I just want to double check for everyone. So if you subscribe, you get 4 issues a month, not 4 issues a week. It's
not every 4 weeks.
Yeah, not every 4 weeks. It's difficult to say because you get the same amount every month. And November, you'll definitely notice. So November, if you go and have a look at November on your calendar, there's 5 weeks exactly. You will get 4 issues if you subscribe. If you don't and you collect from the newsagents, you will get 5 issues that month. You'll still get the same issues every month, regardless. And you'll still finish this. Once again, it's something that a lot of people say, oh God, you know, I want to be finished. I'm behind. Don't worry. This is not a sprint. This is a marathon. You finish in your own time. It's not the first to finish. Trust me, because if you do that, you're going to make mistakes. You really will. It's happened before. I've seen it many times. And frustration as well. Another thing is a lot of them get frustrated that news agents get it first. Like I said, you get your perks as a subscriber. You get your free replacements. You get your free gifts. None of that you get with the news agents. But at the end, news agents will finish before subscribers. But like I said, this is not a race. You can. It's a marathon, and it's not the first to finish the winner. It's nothing like that. No. Yeah. So yeah, just take your time, enjoy. I'm really liking it.
I am.
Yeah. So yeah, go along, get yourself a tub, make sure everything's put away, and also remember this is how big it's going to be, as well.
Yes.
So it's going to be difficult to store. We've already got a place for it, but always make sure you can put it somewhere maybe out of reach. Remember, like I said, it's only going to be another 10 weeks. I mean, we're doing another one in 20 weeks, but in another 10 weeks, this is going to grow to the basement. I would imagine in issue 40, 20 weeks from now, the basement will be nearly finished.
If not finished.
Yeah, this floor will probably near enough be finished because we'll have all the doors and windows in.
Yeah.
So, yeah. So there's a lot to come still. And then you go, okay, that's 40 issues, and look how far we are. And then we've still got this, we've got the outside. There's actually, a lot of people say there doesn't seem to be a lot to do and all this. Oh, it's trickling through. Trust me, there's a lot to do on this still. A hell of a lot.
Yeah. And also, with this one, some of the bits you're going to get less each week. Some you're going to get more, just like with any of the part works.
Yeah, I vouch for that. So, the issue I just had from my Dodge Charger, that is what we got to build. It took all of about
2 seconds.
Yeah, literally 2 seconds. You put in the two halves together and screwing it. That was all I got in one issue. And I don't even attach it to the car. I just leave it like that.
So it can be frustrating when you sit there and look and go, oh, I've only got this little bit. That's taken me 2 seconds to build. But then you'll get one like the door, which took a lot longer to build. Yeah, and also as well, they'll also supply stuff. You'll find it, they tend to do this. So they built up stuff like this for my Dodge Charger, and then another part will come and we'll put all these on. So there'll be one issue where you'll get an issue where you're doing things like this, where you'll collect like the floor. Well, like 19 we got.
Yeah, and the wall and stuff like that. But you won't do it. Yeah, you won't do anything with them. And then what it will do is it will say you've got to do it all in one issue.
Yeah, like this time.
Like this time round, yeah. And you'll be like, oh, okay, so I've got to do actually quite a bit in this one, even though I had this last week. I done nothing. This week I've got to put this in and do that and this, that and the other. So, yeah. Don't get frustrated with that. It's just the way it's going to be. Also, as well, I think when we get the characters, the parts that we get are very light. I've noticed with the two characters we got.
Yeah.
And I think the next one we get is Olaf. And I think that's issue 25. And I don't think you get... I think you start the basement on that one and you get... It's not a lot. It's not a lot in there. But yeah. So don't get frustrated with that.
They have to work it all out and sit there and go, right, so we've got to spread this build over 120 issues. How are we going to do it so it's manageable and cost effective? Yeah. So So don't get discouraged by that. Just because, you know, you might say 1 week you'll get nothing, following week... If you're a monthly subscriber, you might find that some months you're doing quite a lot and other months... Not so much. I wouldn't worry about that because you're still building the same as us. No one gets any different parts. So it's always worth checking out our channel as well because we get from the news agents. So fingers crossed we normally get really good. This week we didn't. This week there was a slight delay, but I think that was because of the Jubilee. So can't be helped.
Yeah, and it was there and we got it in the end. So roll on issue 21 next week.
Yes.
So yeah. Anyway, nothing else?
No.
No, that's us finished. I think
enough.
we've talked enough and we've blabbed on about enough. But I hope that's answered some of your questions and queries about it. And I hope it's all helped. Let us know in the comments below. Ask some questions, we can answer them. And then we'll go on our Facebook page just before we do the next update to ask if anyone wants to ask any questions, and we'll answer them. Yeah. No problem. So, but until then, thanks for watching. Remember to click to subscribe because we'll be doing another update, and we also build this as well and other stuff.
And some thumbs up as well.
Yeah, it costs you nothing. I tell people this. It really does help our channel. It really helps it because it helps engagement and stuff like that. Just doing it, click the thumbs up. Takes 2 seconds. It does nothing to you. It does nothing to your channel, nothing to anything you do. But it really, really, really helps our channel. So if you don't even subscribe, just make sure you whack the thumbs up. That's all we're asking. Thumbs up. But anyway, look, we've been talking. I've been Kev.
I've been Kirsty.
And we'll see you at next video.